Welcome to Ag Power Technology. We play with the big boy toys. I'm Ralph Williams. I teach the Ag Power Tech program here at the college. In the industry, close to 40 years, counting my time here. Okay, top three, there's a big demand for young people to come in and be diesel technicians, especially in ag. Trucking, a large demand also, and construction. Our focus is ag. That's what we do, what we like, and the market we're trying to satisfy. The second thing probably is in 2 years you can be out making money, not going 4 years or having $200,000 in college debt. You can come out with very little college debt through this program. And the third thing is the demand is high. Wages are coming up, benefits are super. Hours are long sometimes and get dirty, but there's worse things you could do for a living by a long shot. The main advantage of our program compared to some others, you come to school for 8 weeks. Guys come in, they study electrical, ag machinery operations, and ag seminar. And then once you endure 8 weeks with us here on the campus, you can go out and intern for 8 weeks at a dealership or a shop, or maybe your family farm. People do that too. Work on equipment, earn while you learn at a paid internship. Second year is a little different. Okay. The freshmen go out to work again mid-March. They can work clear to October. Then they come back as sophomores, school for 8 weeks, work a while, and then come back in March, finish schooling, and graduate. We have some in the John Deere world, Prairie Land Partners. We have some graduates at BTI. We have a couple at Can Equip here in Pratt. We've got them scattered everywhere. Thinking back the last 20 years, our dealer groups are pretty receptive to graduates from the programs. I guess number one, minimal cost in the long run. Number two, a lot of hands-on. We take on live work. We do a lot of study on tractors and parts and pieces. A lot of hardcore repair training. This tractor behind me is getting several things fixed, and it's not cut and dried. We had to put some thought into it. Last year we had a total of 7 tractors in here. We had 5 split. You could barely walk through the shop. we had a lot going on, but this can lead you into a career field that is very profitable, enjoyable. If you like working on equipment, if you like working with people, the ag repair industry is a good place to be. Everybody's looking for somebody. We have major dealerships that are providing scholarships and working with our students, supplying tools in return for 2 or 3 years of work after graduation, at least, in their dealerships. We've got a few demos for Tech Day. The first one we're going to do, we're going to test fire an injector outside the engine because the fuel has to be in a certain condition to fire within a diesel. So we'll show you the condition of the fuel and then we'll give you the term for it. Well, there's no way to see the reaction. There's no way to see the spray pattern inside the engine. If we had an engine that's not performing quite right, then we would pull the injectors and see what the spray pattern looks like. Because what we're doing, we're shooting diesel fuel into red hot air, and it should ignite, but if diesel is not broken down into little particles, it won't. So this is what we're looking for, little tiny particles. This is an injector tester. It acts like an injection pump in a way, in the fact that we have a piston that creates flow to the injector, and pressure is built here where the restriction is. So as we move fuel, create flow, we're also looking for about 3,200 psi to make this injector fire. Out here you can see that we've got pretty small particles. Now if we fire it a little more rapidly, watch how the fuel comes out, if we can see it, and it just kind of almost floats away. That's the way we want it. That will light in red hot air. We got a different angle of the camera, so we're going to try to get a better view of the spray pattern. We're approaching 3,000 psi. And another thing about checking injectors, if you get within 100 psi of tip pressure, you don't want it to drip. The drip is going to create smoke, leak away some of the fuel that we want to burn, or you can call it post-nasal drip if you got a sense of humor. So we're looking for, there we just touched it off at about 3150. That's a real slow fire. If we go more rapidly, it shoots quite a ways. Yeah, that injector will work.
This is a 10.5 John Deere. This would be in a 9200 four-wheel drive. A big tractor that pulls big stuff. I'm Brandon Tillotson. I'm from Medicine Lodge, Kansas. I'm in the Ag Power program at Pratt Community College, and I'm a sophomore. I'm gonna start it up. We'll kick it up to full throttle. And then we got this here. This tells you when your injectors are firing, and you can shut them off. If you got an injector failing and it'll be missing, you can turn them on and off so you can figure out which one is missing. Pretty easy these days. There's shutting them off. Shut number one off. You can tell a change in it. Number two. Number three. Now we have a 2-cylinder. Shut all the injectors off, losing fuel. No fuel, it ain't gonna fire. So pretty neat. This is one of the favorites around the shop. Sounds good. Oh, well, yeah, they ain't too bad. Used to come up when I was a kid and go to basketball games with Dad, and we met one of the instructors one year, and then Ralph came down to the classroom one year during school and gave us a demonstration on a couple things, and that caught my eye. I've always been interested in ag machinery and working with my hands, and getting dirty and tearing stuff up. I like that we're here for 8 weeks and then we go out and we work for 8 weeks. That really bringing in some money every once in a while is kind of nice, and it's close to home and I can drive back and forth every day, and I like it here. Everybody's pretty friendly. And yeah, I work at Anthony in Anthony, Kansas at Prairie Land Partners and John Deere Tech. So most of the time I've been in the combine shop. They're training me to work on the new combines. And I've had a little bit of experience in the tractor shop working on tractors, but you get a lot of experiences there, and you get to interact with actual customers and learn on the job. That's the best way to do it. Probably meeting new people, co-workers, customers, making new relationships, and that's fun to me. You're in the shop, you're learning with real world, learning with actual customers' equipment. I mean, basically just like everyday life, you're in here working on somebody's equipment, and there's always something new that comes in. Like one day we may have the case with the cracked block, and then next day we have a 4440 over here with needing load shaft, and work with some of the valves, and always something. And yeah, it keeps it interesting.
We hope to see you here next year as students. Come in as freshmen. No matter how old you are, how young you are, you're welcome to join us. And we'll put you to work, we'll teach you, we'll answer questions like this, and we'll have fun. And you can go out and make a good living when we're done.